they were known as the Dragonblood Clan. In the age of the world's creation, the Astral Dragon Atruum was felled to the land below by the mighty arm of the celestial Primatus. Atruum's body was then purified by the holy weapons of 5 gods, which led to the creation of the continent of Remlia. It was at the heart of the Remlian continent where the kingdom of Medius rose forth, forever under the watchful gaze of its guardian deity, the all-powerful celestial Primatus. Dragon Marked for Death is the story of 4 young members of the Dragonblood Clan who swore to take revenge against the kingdom. The Empress carries the power of the dragon's fang in her arm. Wielding both sword and powerful dragon breath attacks, she boasts the highest damage output of all the clan. Use her dragon sword attack to recover dragon points and traverse complex terrain with ease with her dragon whip. In a party, she takes on the role of a DPS character with no gaps in damage output from short range to long range. The warrior uses the dragon scales to deploy an impregnable shield. Boasting high defense, he can flip that around with Berserk, enabling him to dish out incredible damage in an instant. With a mighty tackle, he can both stun enemies and eliminate obstacles. In a party, he serves as the shield that protects the group from harm, with his high defense and Dragon Guard shield. The shinobi takes to the skies with the power of the dragon's wings in his legs. With a swift dragon dash, slam into enemies to target them and ensure all your attacks strike their mark with ease. Scale walls and float through the air to explore new areas. In a party, his ability to recover dragon points is second to none, helping his allies consistently use their abilities. He also excels at generating aggro and keeping the enemy's eyes on him. The witch carries the extraordinary depth of the dragon's knowledge. Using the ancient dragon language, she weaves a miraculous blend of magic that can be used to destroy and heal. By combining strings of magical incantations together, she can set the power, effects, and firing method of her spells before casting them. In a party, she provides support by healing her allies and hitting enemies with damaging spells and negative status effects. Having forged a pact with the Astral Dragon, they raise their levels by offering the deity souls of the enemies they have slain. When a new level is reached, points can be freely allocated to raise the character's attributes. Equip weapons that match with the character's current level to take on more fearsome enemies. Successfully complete jobs taken on from the bar in town to raise your reputation and open up new possibilities. To enact their revenge on the Divine Family, they will do whatever it takes to finally get an audience with the Divine Emperor Medius. Dragon Marked for Death.
Unlocked. This is the main playable character I have currently in the storyline, and we also have a witch that's available to us. We'll read through their descriptions briefly so you can get familiar with some of the avatars that are in the game that you can choose. One of the archetypes is the witch. The witch accesses a variety of magic spells by imputing a series of commands. She can use precision as one of her primary stats and targeting enemies with weak points by choosing the right element at the right time, something unique to the witch class. In addition to powerful spells that wipe out enemies, she also has knowledge of healing and support magics to assist allies in game. The witch can also equip magic focus that gives her the access to spells that increase capabilities of her allies. And the witch suffers from very poor HP growth, health points in general, as in a lack of evasion options, but she is well suited to increasing her intelligence, which in turn strengthens her magic, and unrivaled in attack and restorative potential. I do have this shinobi, so we have him enlisted. Let's begin our journey. We find ourselves here in a sanctuary. We're standing in front of the actual tavern. This is the bar where we pick up our quests and the incentives for rewards for completing particular quests to progress in the storyline. So, in just a moment, stay tuned. I'm going to introduce you to some of the NPCs in game, and I'm going to show you around the sanctuary and show you the different shops and places and how you upgrade weapons and what's available in the game. Shinobi has a wide variety of different attacks and capabilities of hitting multiple targets at once and holds aggro really well. We'll come back to the training target at another time. I'm going to start visiting some of the shops. The first up on our list is the potion and accessories shop here. This is just general store for items, and we can see here if we go into buy options, we find a lot of quality herbs, red candies. Each of these have a good description to it. So anything you're looking for here is really self-explanatory. Anything to heal any status effects in-game, like burn, paralysis, poison, or even being frozen. They offer a variety of different items. They have many different pages, even offering things such as torches, candles, and lamps to light dark places. And they offer some accessories like bangles and certain things that increase the attributes of certain characters. Anything highlighted on the right signifies as a designation for that item being equipable by a character. Anything that is not highlighted by the equipable character portraits is not actually an item that they would be able to use then. We have a sell option where we could sell items if we want to and accumulate some of the gold we need to buy other items. We can upgrade items here, and this is essentially what it sounds like. We upgrade items here so that we would have a better attribute to the weapon overall. And we got some stat increases here to the Shuriken +2. At these local shops, general stores, is where you'd want to equip your items before you log into a game to go on an actual campaign for your quest. And we're going to pick up one of our quest lines for the main story from the Tavern of the Bard in just a moment. What we see here, if there's anything we want to equip, then we could equip it. And there's certain benefits to certain things here. Eventually we'll be able to equip the items that we meet the level requirement for. Sometimes we get good items that we could hold on to. We have here the weapons blacksmith merchant. And we have the same options for buying, selling, upgrading, or equipping weapons. They offer certain weapons, and certain items are, again, only available for certain characters. And you can take your time and find out what type of weapon you want to use, if any, here that might be appealing to you. Lots of fun items, even a playing card here, a plush doll and a jack-o'-lantern. That might be a character I want to play in the near future. Let's exit the weapons blacksmith for now. We'll make our way to the next shop. This is going to be the actual inn for us. And we get the equipment options. We want to make a loadout for our backpack before we go anywhere. So this is where we want to make it happen. We have some things in storage here. We can switch out our items like we did before. The equip statuses for equipment. Assigning quick commands. These are certain messages that you can click. You get your character bios here. If you have any characters that you started to play through with here, you could overview them. You can even edit a selected character. We can change their colors. We could edit them any way we would like to. You can change your name as often as you'd like. We get the characters, the item trunk of any items and accessories that we have not yet equipped. Anything here that we see we have available in the item trunk are items that we could equip with us and bring with us on a mission. We have some tips here, and the tips are various. They range from just about everything you'd want to know about the game to stats and attributes even being explained to you individually. So anything about a warrior, an empress, any of the playable archetypes, the shinobi, it'll give you a good amount of in-depth knowledge about anything you're looking here to get more of a descriptive form. Here are all the attributes that have the descriptions, explanations, to them, status overviews. We have control help here, and this explains to you all the button commands or jumping and how to pick up items and how to move and zoom in with characters for your camera locks and so forth. I'll show you that in just a moment. And we have all of our abilities here for dragon dashing and dragon wings and abilities that apply to certain characters we might start our playthrough with. We get to switch up our button configuration here if we so chose to, so you get a good button schematic customization option here too. You get options here for a certain language dialogue from English, rumbles, certain markers you can designate on or off, shortcut methods, screen shakes for party members, and or certain dash types such as fixed or continuous, and effect types as in limited, minimum, or full. With that being said, let's exit this window and go to one of our last shops on the list. This is the tavern, and we will accept the quest there in just a moment, but we're going to go to one more other marketplace that's just below in the slums. It's kind of nice. It's hidden behind a waterfall. And this is the market. And at the general market, we could exchange items here. So if we have a potion, we could exchange an elixir for a certain copper, for example, or there's certain options here what we could exchange for as long as we have the items that meet the criteria. There are certain items here we can attain. Whereas items for weapons or accessories would work much the same. We would require certain items on hand, and it would have a certain X amount designated in the red numbering as required for the creation or exchange of this item to be given to us. That's how we would obtain items here from the exchange market. We can check items, we could choose, what it is that we would like to do with those items there. And we're going to talk to one of the NPCs before we head to the bar, the actual tavern, to pick up our first quest. And we're in the bar, and we have the multiplayer, local, and online functions. We're going to go into single player, and we're going to select the mission here. The statue of fishery keeps the seas calm and the waves at bay. Without her protection, the seas around Hasta have gone to hell in a handbasket, he says. Beleno, we hired you to go out there and get that statue back, he says. But, more than anything else, we want revenge. We want the head of the monster that devoured our mates. Don't give a shit about any dragon blood as long as you're strong. I'm counting on you. The winds are changing. They'll be on us soon. The monsters are ready for lunch. Protect the sail with your life. Without it, we'll be sitting ducks out there. Lenza channel. So we're going to try to protect these seals here. Sails, if you will. And we're going to go after these goblins with the torches whenever we see them. We got something big. We could zoom out with our camera here as much as we'd like. Oh, we got a status effect on us. We're going to need to do something about that as soon as we possibly can. It's kind of a confusion that we got ourselves into just now. We get 2 revives after this, so this is the first of 3. Oh, we got that confusion status effect again. We got one of the tentacles. That's 2. We got 3. If we can get a 4th one. And we have a maximum energy output here. We could use whatever abilities we want as many times as we'd like. We got another revive. I'd rather revive than conserve on some of the healing potions right now. We might actually need to use one more, just for good measure. We got the last tentacle. Heleno says, that damn monster finally got what was coming to it. That was for all our mates. Now let's get back this statue of fishery before the tides turn bad. That bastard managed to drink up every bit of treasure this ship was carrying. Just make sure you bring the statue back, at least. We progress inside the mouth of this giant squid octopus. We must be inside the lining of his stomach right now. No two levels feel the same. Good variety of monsters and background scenery. The music is calm and laxed. It picks up just when it needs to with the ambience. I imagine we want to go lower, because if he swallowed something, it must have made it down into his gastrointestinal tract down in the bottom of his belly, since it's been some time before they were able to beat this giant monster of the sea ocean. Oh boy, this is a treacherous place to be. We got our last heal for the moment. I think we ate a poison mushroom mistakenly. And this might be our last revive. Wow, we got a rainbow colored coral leaf there. Oh no. Not gonna pick that up this time. Oh boy, so many monsters. Options to attack me over here. Got a little bit of a heal, that was good. Another heal, that's much needed. Looks like we're gonna have to see which part of his digestive tract and his belly this item might be in. And this couldn't just be an area that, you know, wasn't meant to go in. We actually have here a confrontation. I think we got it. Alright, nice. So we progress in a level, not too difficult, but there are some challenges later on. Let's see what we got now. There are some challenges. Some of these bosses will be harder than others for some of us. But we did progress and we completed the quest. We can appraise our items so we see what some of the accessory is all about. We got a warrior's necklace, and this will actually benefit us if we're able to equip it. We get a clear bonus, and we might even level up. Could we level up? Yeah. Okay, great. We got a good level up. We got some good equipment. We got a valuation on some of our items, and we get one of these bonus points. Beleno says, great job bringing the statue back for us. Hasta sent the statue of fishery to the Medius divine family. Was how it was supposed to go. Asta. It was meant to calm things down between the two kingdoms, along with the seas. So it was meant to calm things down between two kingdoms. And hopefully now our fallen mates can rest in peace as well, Beleno says. We've got a bath ready for you. Don't want to smell like rotten fish when you make it to land. That clan you're part of don't make a difference to me. Me and my mates thank you all the same. We had a successful adventure. You've been officially introduced to Dragon Marked for Death. This game's a lot of fun. It's an action side-scrolling platformer. It's an RPG. I think it's a lot of fun to play either local or online with friends if you have them. You got your tanking classes, your healing, you got your aggro classes, your melee, your long range, your spellcasters. Plenty of options for customizing weapons and gear and equipment. It's a lot of fun once you get into the actual story and the background, the lore, and you understand what the levels and missions are about. They're really straightforward. I enjoyed the game so far, and it seems to be reasonably price tagged too. So if you have that multiplayer function, if you could play with different players online, this is definitely something that you could take advantage of. And you could recruit a party, join a party, create your own room, and simply invite some friends to play with you online. There are plenty of forums on Facebook, on different marketplaces, even in certain forums, such as a Discord, where you'd be hooking up with certain communities who really like this game. There's still a fan base for it, and I'm really happy I played it, and I'm going to play it through to the end. I like this story. I like a lot of games, not just action RPGs and MMOs, but I like arcade games and pinball games as well, and PvP games. So, with enough being said about this game so far, I think you got enough to know about to make an informed decision about the game you might. And until then, everybody, maybe I'll see you in another video, maybe even in Dragon Marked for Dead. Until the next time, I look forward to your comments, any suggestions, and appreciate all the views that we've gotten here on the channel. Thank you for visiting us. Thank you for tuning in and watching to the end.